What it is, podcast.
That's right, City of LA. We're coming to you, ladies and gentlemen, from the city of Long Beach, California. How's everybody doing on this wonderful, beautiful Sunday? Today I got with me, it's Mr. Hater from Tacos and Workouts. Say what's up to my people out there watching.
Orale, Holmes. My name is Little Hater, eh? You know what? I have a YouTube channel. It's called Tacos and Workouts, where me and the fat homie, you know, well, he runs around eating tacos and working out, and you know what? Once in a while, I just show up and start doing my little skits, man. Yeah, man. Little Hater. That's right.
Little Hater. And hey, Little Hater, where you from, man?
Listen, man. I come from East LA, but now I stay out at Long Beach, you know. But I'm a universal homie, you know. So it's like, I kind of like, to answer your question, like dispensa, but you know, I'm not like tied down to like no like specifically geographical location, eh? Because you know, it's like, hey, the hood's pretty big, man, you know. So I'm kind of like belong to like everybody, dog, you know. Yeah, because there's a hood like in every city, you know. So I'm kind of like from everywhere, Holmes.
Simone.
That's right, dog.
I like it already. Well, so tell me a little bit about your YouTube channel.
So check it out, man. Like I said, the fat homie, he does his things, eh? But you know, one time, you know, I saw the little fat vato doing his thing, and he made like a plate of nachos, eh? And I'm like, hey, you know what? Those nachos look firme, dog. So I popped up and I said, you know what, eh? Hey, give me some nachos. And the fat homie didn't give me none. So I'm like, come on, dog, that's why you're so fat, eh? And man, that fat vato, he just ate all the nachos, man. So after since then, I said, you know what, Holmes? I'm gonna take over that channel, eh? It's a tacos and workouts, but you know what? They need Little Hater, eh? So I pop out, eh? Every once in a while, you know. And you know what? I did a funny little video, man. It was called the TikTok fails, man. Because a lot of people do a lot of TikToks, and a lot of you vatos out there, man. A lot of you vatos out there, you guys are just copycats, man. I mean, it's like you watch one TikTok video and you watch them all, dog. On the serio, man. It's like, you know, what was my favorite one was when they did that Busted song, you know, when the mijas like this and it's like busted and she drops her nalgas and she's like, oh, like at first she comes out all chancluda, right? Like no, on the serio, dog, it's like the video starts up and it's like she wakes up, she didn't even brush her teeth or nothing. And then she
Toda la gañosa.
That's right, dog. And she raises up her hand. She's got like a lot of hairs and stuff, like, you know, straight up sucia, no bañado, nothing. And then so she looks all funky, and then she starts dancing and says busted, and when she drops the nalga, dude, it's like boom, magic happens, man. And then she's not sucia no more, you know, and she's all clean, eh? That was my first video that I saw, like on the TikToks and on the Instagrams, and I was like, what? All these mijas are copycats, man. So, you know what? I'm a little hater. I hate on everybody, dog. And then that video, like I said, it's on YouTube. And I started hating on them, mate, because too many copycats, man. Listen, man. Why don't you just be, like, original, dog? You know, just on the serio. Come up with your own skits. Come up with your own dances. But no, man, you guys, everybody's got to be copying, dog.
You know, I did see a TikTok where this one chick, she said something about... She goes, my Gucci meow meow is not brown, but I don't know what the fuck she said. She said, my Gucci meow meow is not black, it's brown. Roast beef. And she said, so, and then all these other people just started copying her. Their Gucci meow meow was black, Sharpies, and so, you know, they started doing all kinds of craziness, man. And I'm not too much of a TikTok, like, I don't get on it. I did like one or two TikToks. I did a real funny TikTok one time, talking shit to a weigh machine because he said I was fat.
Oh, that was you?
That was me.
That was you, dog?
Yeah, that was me.
I saw you, dog. I was like, ha.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. Hey, how much did that machine charge you, dog?
I gave him money, bro.
Damn, dog.
And he insulted me by saying I was fat. He didn't even have to say it. He said it in fucking numbers, bro.
Hey, dog, I got you. Check this out, dog. One time, you know, the fat vato, he went to buy a Snickers, and the vending machine, you know, it told him, wrong choice. And then he made another selection, right? And it said, try again. And then on the third time where the fat vato guy, like, he goes, okay, I'm just going to get this Nutrigrain bar, right? And it says, right choice, fat ass. So these machines are taking over, dog. It's like, what's it called? IA or AI?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you know, you got to be careful, man. It's like they're becoming too smarts, man.
Artificial intelligence, man. It's in a, you know, look, and the funny thing about that is, like, one time I you know, these smartphones are a lot smarter than my ass, you know. I'm old school. When I grew up, there was no goddamn phones. We had some fucking pagers. You know what I'm saying? We try to spell out words with the numbers upside down and shit. You remember that shit?
Yeah, man. But you know what? I can never figure it out, eh? But check it out, eh? You got a smart car, right? You got a smart house, and you got a smart house, but you're a dumbass. I mean, not you. I mean, I'm just in general, dog. In general, come on, dog. Come on.
And this is it. Shows how fucking how codependent we are towards these fucking these smartphones, man. Like, if I was to tell a youngster, hey, do you know what the Thomas Guide is? He'll probably look at me like, nah, I don't know the vato. You know, I don't know who Thomas is. I mean, one time I forgot to pay my phone bill, people. I'm sorry. You know, I neglect on a lot of things. And I had to be at a certain spot at a certain time early in the morning at 6 in the morning. And I didn't know how to get there. I didn't know where the address was. I didn't have a Thomas Guide. I depended everything on this. I had to go wake up my homeboy at 6 in the morning to use his fucking phone. I said, hey man, let me use your phone. He's all like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I gotta use your Google Maps, bro. he was pretty pissed off about that shit. But these the tacos and workouts, man. So after you eat, do you work out?
You know what? It's not me, dog. I don't do that.
Oh, that's your homeboy.
That's the fat vato,
Oh,
man.
that fat vato. Where is that fat vato anyway?
He's gonna come in a little bit, eh? You know what? But I'm enjoying right here, man. I feel all fancy, eh? You know what? First of all, eh, thank you for inviting a vato out to your nice, like, studio, man.
Yeah.
This is fancy, dog. I've never been in a studio before, man. It looks firme, dog. You know? Actually, you know, I just got out of jail, eh? Not too long ago.
Oh, Simon?
That's right, dog.
Were you playing the prison politics, Holmes?
No, you know what? They had me locked down for 20, dog.
For 20?
That's right, dog. It was hard. I was all by myself.
Were you in the shoe program, Holmes?
Yeah, it felt like I was in the shoe, man, you know. They had me locked down for 20, and then, you know, nobody called me, nobody visited me. You know, I ate nothing but, like, top ramen, like, pretty much, like, every day, you know.
You know,
and I had nothing to do, eh?
Did you like that fucking hot bologna they give in that motherfucker? That was the most nastiest shit that they could give an inmate.
What do you mean?
It's a bologna. It's
Yeah.
spicy bologna, bro. And they give it to every fucking inmate. It's the most nastiest shit that you can eat in there.
Well, they didn't have that in my fridge, bro.
Oh, they did. Oh, shit. You had a fridge? Oh.
Well, yeah, dog. I mean, come on, dog. I mean, you know, I just got out of Facebook jail.
Oh.
I mean, what are we talking about, dog?
I thought we were talking about some real shit.
Oh, you thought I actually went to jail? Nah, dog.
My bad.
Nah, dog. I did some serio time, dog, on Facebook jail, man. They had me locked down for 20 years, man.
Oh, no shit.
I mean, not 20 years. I'm sorry, dog. 20 days. That's right, dog. Yeah.
They shut you down.
Yeah, dog. They shut me down, eh? Because, you know, a lot of you vatos out there, you know, you're like, I don't know. You guys don't play fair, dog. You know, it's like, you guys make like a stupid little comment, and then, you know what, and I give you one, dog, you know, because, you know, I say, you know what, I'm going to let this guy slide. Everybody gets one little slide. But then you make a secondary comment, eh? And then that's when I crack my back, and I'm like, all right, homie, you know, it's time to get a little hater on your butt, right? And then I start typing away. I start net banging, you know. And I start like writing in papas, get your mama this, get your dad this, and get your mijas. You know, I'm her Sancho. You know what? And your mouth smells, and you don't brush your teeth, and everything, dog. So then, they go crying to the Facebook police. So what they do? They lock me up, dog. Facebook police locks me up. Hey, vatos, you know, if you guys can't start, you know, handling the business. Don't start, Holmes, because then you get me all cut up and you throw me in Facebook jail, man. And that's some hard time. Like I said, when I was in Facebook jail, Nobody calls me. Nobody talked to me, dog. It was some tough time, dog.
Hey, that's funny. I didn't even know that Facebook had a fucking jail. What's up with that? They're trying to lock us up left and right. Oh, snap.
Yeah, like check this out, dog. Like yesterday, I was on the Boyle Heights Facebook group, right? And there was this mija. Her name is Melissa Chavez. And she was talking all this kind of papas, right? And you know what? I wanted to give it to her, right? But then I said, I just got a Facebook jail. I don't want to go again. So I just said, you know what? You're a cat lady, and left it at that, eh? And then she said, hey, you're a stupid vato. And then I got really mad, and I go, you know what, Holmes? That's it, eh? But then I put myself on a quick check because I just got out of jail, and I'm still on probation, you know, on the Facebook jail.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go again, so I let her slide, eh?
You gave her a pass.
I gave her a pass. That's right, Holmes.
I said, órale, Jaina. You should have called her, hey, despensa, mensa. Melissa Chavez, despensa, mensa.
I mean, I think, you know what? Maybe she's alright. You know, maybe she was just mad. I don't know.
She was having a bad day.
Maybe it seems like. Look, check it out, Manny. Look, I'm on the Instagrams. I'm on the Facebooks. I'm in the YouTubes. You know, did I say Facebook already?
You did.
Oh, okay. Wow, Facebook, man, it's like this, dog. They're always like crying and like hating and banning people and stuff like that. TikTok, I don't know how to use it, so I'm kind of like never on it. I like Instagram, dog, you know, because it's a lot of like pictures and stuff, you know, and that's pretty firme, dog. But then I'm also on the YouTubes.
What is your, tell my people where your Instagram channel is, man, so they can check you out, and your YouTube channel.
Yeah, dog, Instagram is Tacos and Workouts. YouTube is Tacos and Workouts. Twitter is Tacos and Workouts.
And Facebook is Tacos and Workouts.
No. Oh, yeah.
Tacos and Workouts.
Tacos and Workouts.
Hey, check out Tacos and Workouts, man, on Facebook, Instagram. How about Twitter?
Oh, yeah, it's Tacos and Workouts.
Twitter.
But guess what, dog? Not only do I have that, you know, I have a new Spotify account, dog. That's right.
Oh, nice. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's it's kind of, I'm kind of gonna start doing what you do, like right here. You know, with your radio program.
Yeah.
Yeah, my radio program is called What It Is podcast, dog.
What it is. Oh shit. Oh, okay. Like, okay. So tell me a little bit about the what it is. Like, if some shit happens to you, it's like it is what it is.
No. You know what? Again, it's like. It's not like really mine, you know. It's the fat vato.
Oh, it's that fat vato.
It's a fat
He's
homie.
talking about this fat vato, man.
Oh, he's gonna come and admit it. But you know, like he does all these things, and then I kind of like, you know, I jump in there, you know. It's because, you know, dog, I don't like to do too much of the work, dog. You know, I like to just be chilling, dog. And the fat vato, he sets it up, so I step in and I do my thing, you know.
Orale. So you eat the tacos and he does the workouts.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't really like to work out, you know.
I think mine shows as well that I don't like to work out. I gain fucking. It's pretty bad when your what do you call it? Acupuncture doctor tells you where the fuck is your neck. You know what I mean? I'm like, she goes like, where's your neck? I need to put some pins in there. Where's your neck? I said, bitch, just lift the fucking pelican right here, and you'll find the neck, man. My fucking neck has, my chin has swallowed my neck, bro.
Yeah, Doug. Listen, man. Thank you for inviting me to your show.
Simone.
I had a long list of people I wanted to hate on. But I guess we'll save that for a different occasion.
Okay.
Let me send in the fat vato really quick.
All right, for sure, man.
All right, man.
Orale. So I think we heard the fat vato pulling into the studio right now. Just chill out, people, and he'll be here right now. But let me tell you guys, man, tune in for the Tacos and Workouts, man. I've been following this guy on YouTube. I subscribe to his channel. He's actually he's pretty funny. I've seen him do some go out and eat some tacos, and let me tell you guys this, man. He'll go to the spots and he'll rate it for you. So if you're into tacos, like a fucking Taco Tuesday, if you want to go out and fucking eat on Taco Tuesday, I mean, just follow his channel and he'll tell you which tacos are the shit and which ones are taste like shit.
Hey, what's up, man?
Orale, what's up, perro?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, I seen your homeboy just fucking left, homie. That he's a Julio, huh?
Little hater just blowing up my spot
yeah,
again?
Yeah, he's blowing up your spot, man. He's calling you fat and all kinds of shit, man.
Yeah, that's what he does, man. He just runs around and you know what? That little guy's a trip, man, for sure.
Is he? Is he related to you, bro?
He's the homie that I met, and you know, I guess we're kind of like brothers, you know.
Okay.
It's like one of those close relationships.
Yeah. Where'd you meet this cat, man?
Oh, you know what? Actually, I don't know if he told you the story, but
no, he didn't.
No. So one time I was making like nachos.
And, yeah. He kind of
he did tell you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I heard this little voice like, and I was like, where the hell is it coming from, right? And it was him. He was like hating on me. I ignored it, and then I kind of heard him say in the background that he was gonna take over my show, and I paid him no attention. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And little by little, he just keeps on popping up, man. It's like I can't get rid of him.
Okay, he's like the ex. She just keeps coming around. You tell her, bitch, I don't want you anymore. I got something new and better. You know, it's like when you trade in a car and shit. It smells a lot fresher. The fucking mileage is low. It's not all run down.
you know, ain't that something? The exes are something else. You know, one time I had an ex that tried to return after 10 years.
What the fuck?
Yeah. She I think I was dating her when I was like 20 years old. And then she said, I want to marry you. And then I said, no, I don't plan on getting married until I'm 30. So, you know, like 10 years passed, right? And then I get a phone call, and then she's all like, hey, we need to like catch up and see each other. And I'm all like, okay, cool, you know, as friends, whatever, right? And sure enough, she said, remember, you said you were going to marry me. And then I was like, nah, I'm cool, man. So to your point, sometimes exes are hard to get rid of.
Yeah, man. She says, I want to marry you. By the way, I got 10 kids. Come on, guys. And they're all going to say, are you my daddy?
Yeah, that was a movie, right?
Yeah.
What was it? Eddie Murphy?
No, it was Marlon Wayans. Remember where he had sex with her, and then afterwards she goes,
oh, that's right.
He goes, Trey, I'm pregnant. He goes, already?
Yeah, it was called Don't Be a Menace to
Society.
Yeah.
But that was funny when he busted a nut like in 15 seconds, and then she goes, I'm pregnant. He says, already? That shit made me laugh. So what I do in this podcast, man, I normally just talk about comedy and recovery, man. I heard that you wanted to get into comedy, man.
Well, yeah, man. You know, I have to say that I'm one of the least luckiest guys ever, because 2 weeks before the coronavirus, you know, the pandemic happened. That's when I started doing my comedy.
Right.
You know, people like would always constantly tell me, "You should do comedy. You should do comedy," and then I always kind of pulled it off. And then you know what? I just said I'm gonna try it. So I did a couple open mics, and I felt pretty good. And then you know, the pandemic happened, and we had to close down, and that was the end of it for what? It's been like almost 2 years now.
What year did this fucking pandemic start? Like in 2020, right?
It started actually in December of 2019.
That's right. So I started doing comedy in May of 2019. So I had like maybe about like, I want to say about 6 months, 7 months in, and then this pandemic hit, and it was yeah, look, that Noel G says 6/16/19. I had started just before I had done a show with Noel G, and so, but I kept doing these Zoom comedies, man, and it was fucking trip, man. To hear nobody laugh and you're just sitting there, it's like sitting in a bathroom.
Oh, I'm used to that though.
Yeah. It's like sitting in the bathroom looking in a mirror, bro, and just telling jokes to yourself and shit, and you don't hear the laughter, man. But yeah, we did a couple of comedy shows online, man. But I'm glad that open mics started opening up and stuff like that, and we started going to see, and I started doing comedy myself with a good friend of mine named Charles Sanchez, man. Charles Sanchez has been in the industry for more than 20 something years, and he's worked with some of the best comedians that are actually really famous now, and some of them have passed away. And every time I see his page, man, that some famous comedian passes away, and he'll say thank you for all the memories and stuff like that, and I'm all like, dude, you worked with this guy? And he's all like, yeah, man, when we were fucking young, he showed me all kinds of pictures of him and all these comedians back in the days when they were first starting, man. And I'm just like, wow, and I'm really blessed to have him in my life, man. And he's the one that encouraged me to do comedy. And so what encouraged you to do it?
Just watching people out there doing it, and then just years upon years of people telling me, and I didn't believe that I could, but I just said, I'm gonna go check it out. So I said, I'm gonna go check it out. I'm gonna sit on the back, and if I decide to do it, then I'll go up, right? And I had like somewhat of an idea of what I wanted to say, so I went. And I'm sitting there, and I meet this guy. Look, man, I don't know why comedy's like that, or maybe it's just been my experience, but I think comics need to, start supporting one another more and more and more, because there's a lot of friction or hating, or I don't know what it is, because I walk up, right, and I see people, and I'm sitting there, and I tell the guy right next to me, I told him, hey, so how does it work? Like, who's gonna go? He goes, oh, I'm a comedian. And I said, oh, nice to meet you. And then he said, I'm going to go up right now. And I said, oh, okay. And there was like very few people in this place where I did my comedy. And I said, oh, well, can I go in? Can I go on after you? And he goes, nah. He goes, you don't want to do that. And I said, why not? And like, again, being like green and dumb, right? He goes, it's because I'm going to make you look stupid. Like, you don't want to follow me. So, and I was like, oh man, I felt like really bad. And I was like, damn, I go, this guy must be like super awesome, right? So then he goes up there, but he goes up there with the notepad. And then he kind of starts reading off the notepads, and he had like an interesting. He wanted to kind of get like political, but somehow tie it into like walking his dog, but he didn't know how to like put it together, and I don't know how to do that like specifically yet. But then he got off, and then they kind of like were waiting for like musicians to get there, and they're like, anybody else? Anybody else? And then like the room was like quiet, and I said, well, I'll do it then. And I stood up, and I started doing my 3 minutes or 4 minutes, and I did my thing, and then I got off. I got some applause, and then when I got off, he said, hey, you cheated. And I go, what?
He told you cheated?
You cheated.
How? Why did he say that?
He said, because you knew what you were going to talk about when you went up there.
Of course. What the fuck was he? What was he thinking? Like, okay, so this is okay. So was that like an open mic?
It was an open mic, yeah.
So my understanding of open mics is when you go up there, you're practicing your material. So when you do a show, you have your material ready to go. That's why I see a lot of these guys also in open mics. They got their little notebooks or their phones. They forget what they're saying, and they'll start like scrolling through their phones, and they'll be like, okay, yeah. I was taught not to use anything, that you have to run everything without notes, because it doesn't look right when you're up there doing it, especially when you're doing a show. If you're a comedian, man, and you've been doing that, and you go up there with a fucking notebook, and other comedians are looking at you, they're going to be like, look at this guy. But there's a lot of ego involved.
Yeah, I don't know why that is, because I was, like I said, I had never gone up there. Guys, if you've never done comedy, a lot of people say it's kind of nerve-wracking, and it is, because you're opening yourself for complete strangers to basically laugh at you, but not as you want to receive laughs, like laugh at you, not at your jokes, and make you feel stupid, and nobody likes to get that feeling, right? So when he said you cheated, and then I kind of like said, well, I had an idea of what I wanted to talk about, and I didn't want to like freeze, right? And then we went outside, and then he immediately started like making fun of me. And
so when you have a premise and you run with your premise, that's your joke. You know what I mean? It's like it's some people are more they more adapt to the premise. Like let's say I say I was just talking to my homeboy over the phone, and I was telling him about I was on the way over here. I was at a red light, and this little white kid on a razor was passing by, and he had elbow pads, he had the helmet on, he had the knee pads, and I looked at my homeboy and I go, dude, look at that kid, that's white. I told him like that. I go, if there would have been a Mexican kid next to him, he would have been in shorts with no fucking helmet. Like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
It's because that's the way we grew up, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, I think, my dad would have been like, listen, man, I bought you the bike or I bought you the scooter. Now you want a helmet, and I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
Like,
te vas a chingar, cabrón. You're gonna.
He's like, look, man. He goes, I bought you the bike, and now you're telling me you're gonna fall down. He goes, listen, man, I'm not gonna buy you the bike if you're gonna fall down. So you're like, no, you compromise. You're like, no, I promise I won't fall down.
Yeah. I remember, man, we growing up like that, and we had this one white kid in our neighborhood, and we used to go pick him up. All of us are all dressed up in shorts and jeans and stuff like that, because they said that jeans are strong material, so if you fall you don't scrape yourself. Mamá, ponte unos pinches pantalones, you know. And so we used to go over to fucking Timothy's house, and we'd be like, hey Timothy, and she'll be like, his mom will be like, no Timothy, you need to wear your helmet, you need to wear your elbow pads, and you need to wear your knee pads. And we're all like thinking to ourselves, like, what the fuck? You might as well put the motherfucker in a bubble and shit. I go, he's one of those kids that wore a fucking helmet in a yellow bus and shit, man. But I mean, that's just how that's how just white kids are, man, nowadays. You know what I mean? It's like, my mom didn't give a fuck. You know, I would come back all fucked up from falling, and she'd be like, otra vez? You want to go otra vez? Like that was the lesson we learned from Mexican moms, man. Like, if you fucking fell, she would tell you, go back up there again. Man.
Yeah, pretty much. It's that. But then I think it also has to be like with like tough tough.
It's a tough, yeah.
It's like so para que te hagas más hombre, right? So like you could toughen up, right? So like you won't be like so
such a pussy.
You see, I feel like I can't say certain things because of the way things are going now.
Look, here's the thing, man. My buddy tells me all the time. He goes, people are so fucking sensitive now. Like, when we grew up, you know, we used to call each other, I'm not going to say the word. But,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because Facebook will fucking, they did send me something, but we used to call people the F word.
You don't even have to say it.
The F word. Yeah, come on, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Stop acting like, you know, and that's how we grew up. You know what I mean? I text my homeboy that word, and they shut me down, bro. Like, for 24 hours, I got a notification from Facebook.
Oh, so you've been in the Facebook jail?
That's what they call the Facebook jail.
Little hater just told me.
Yeah, but he told me that, but I didn't know that was the Facebook jail. They restricted me for 24 fucking hours, man.
There you go. You've been locked up, homie.
Yeah, so I was like,
you got street cred now.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Really? They did that for that? I said, man, we used that shit growing up, man. But like, too many people are fucking sensitive, man. Listen, man. Look, guys. Look, honestly, if you go to a fucking comedy show and you're working with feelings, don't go to a comedy show. That's not place for you to be there. You know what I mean? Because comedians are gonna make fun of you. That's just what comedy's about, man. We're there to humor because laughter is a universal medicine. Now, if you're going in there thinking that you're gonna fucking try to get somebody politically correct, guess what? You got something else fucking coming. And my comedy is it's fucking, I don't give a fuck. It's no filter. You know what I mean?
I love it.
You know, and my buddy tells me, dude, you're gonna learn the hard way. And I was like, I don't give a fuck, homie. Like, if you know, I come from the streets. I come from the gutter, and so my recovery. In case you guys don't know, man, I am a recovering addict. You know what I mean? I got almost 9 years clean, and most of my comedy comes from all the stupid shit that I used to do when I was high. And that's what this podcast is about. It's called Comedy and Recovery. So my guests that come in there, I don't know if you've ever done drugs in your life, but most of the guys and girls and couples that I've had on my podcast, we talk about the stupid shit that we used to do back when we were getting high.
You know what? Not really drugs, but my thing is, and I'm happy that you bring that topic because I used to drink a lot. And
alcohol is a drug too, bro.
Well, there you go. That was my thing, and I didn't think it was a problem until I started realizing it was a problem, right? And I gave it up. So I'm 3 years sober now, and thank you.
That's right, man.
And I talk to people, and they tell me, "How do you do it? You were the biggest borracho in East LA." And
what? Hold on. What part of East LA, bro?
I lived by at first I lived in City Terrace, and then we moved to by Olympic and Downey.
Okay.
And then I lived by Sunno and 3rd Street, and then I lived by Cesar Chavez and Fort. So those
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Yeah. If you're from that area, in case you guys don't know, Cesar Chavez Avenue back in the days in the 80s used to be called Brooklyn Avenue. I grew up in Lincoln Heights. So I was well aware of all of East LA, all Boyle Heights. We used to go to Roosevelt and try to pick up on some fucking hyenas there.
You know what? I love East LA. And East LA was always cool. And I think that growing up in East LA, that's what people do. They just have a good time, right? And they drink and they party.
It's the heart of the raza.
And it's cool, right? But for me, it was like a non-stop thing, like a everyday thing, right? Because I was a real drinker. I'm like, I don't know why. Like, some even to this day, people would still challenge me. Like, I bet you I could outdrink you now. And then I'm all like, he goes, I'm the new champion. And then I'm all like, yeah, you are. Like, I'm like, I don't feel the need to prove anything or to do that. That doesn't interest me. But at some point in my life, for some reason, I thought that was important to me, and like I needed to like constantly prove that I could outdrink anybody. And you know what? It's after doing it for so many years, I noticed that there was nobody there. I was just doing it by myself. Like, I know people post a lot pictures that they drink, but I'm like, you're not a real drinker. Like, for me, I used to drink a 12-pack every single day. And when I mean every single day, I mean 365, right? Like, get off work, buy a 12-pack, buy some cigarettes, drink my 12-pack, go to sleep, wake up, take a shower, and go to work. So after multiple years of doing that, I just said, you know what? Just give it up, man. It's like, I'm done. And people ask me now, why don't you drink? And I'm like, because I drank everybody. To me, it was like a competition. I always had to be like the biggest drinker, right? But now it's like, I feel like I already outdrank everybody. So at this point, like, I have nothing to prove to anybody, right?
Right.
So it's like, what am I doing it? But the number one reason why I stopped drinking was because two things. First, it started messing up with my health. And then the second thing, I noticed that because of drinking, it didn't allow me to do other things that I could have done in life, because I was either hungover or didn't feel well or too busy drinking. So it took so many hours away from my life. And I noticed that once I gave it up, like, I gained my life back, and the possibilities are endlessly. I think that if I still would have been drinking, I wouldn't be here having this podcast with you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be trying out comedy. I wouldn't be trying out my YouTube channel.
Yeah, because it consumes a lot of your time, and plus you're a prisoner in your own head, man. I know for a fact that if I would have still been continuing to fucking tweaking my ass off, bro, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. Like, I wouldn't have tried comedy. I would have still been running around homeless. Like 8.5 years ago, I was riding a bike with 2 trash bags and all my belongings in there. Yeah, I was sleeping on bus stops, going from house to house where people were still fucking using but had a roof over their heads. Wouldn't shower for about a week and shit, maybe sometimes 2 weeks. All apestoso, fucking greasy, and Yeah, do I miss all that shit? Fuck no, man. I like taking showers every morning when I get up, and I see, and believe it or not, in the city of North Long Beach is where I was doing all my drugs, man, and I was able to stay clean through the rooms of a fellowship, and so. I'm very grateful to that fellowship for everything they have done for me, and all I can say is, you can do it. Anybody can do it. It's how bad do you want it? That's the question. And so, a lot of the people that come through, I'll ask them like craziness, like, what was the craziest shit that you did while you were under the influence of alcohol that you can remember?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you because some people they get so drunk that they don't remember shit.
You know what? Not too many. I would do like stupid things, like you played pranks with you and your friends and stuff like that. But I was like a happy drunk, right? Like right. I didn't try to do stupid things or like let's go steal a car or stupid things that people do like that. Now that didn't interest me, but I went to a couple of the what is it called, AA, right? Alcoholic Anonymous. Because for all of you who are trying to get over your addictions or whatever, drinking, right? It doesn't happen overnight, and I tried to stop drinking, I think, at 3 different stages in my life. I think I stopped once when I was like 23, right? And then again when I was like, like a couple years later, and then and then finally now. But in one of my AAs, one of the craziest stories that I ever heard, and it stuck with me, and it's good for you guys to go to AA. I mean, when I got out of my drinking, I did it by myself. I didn't do it with any AA or anything like that. And people asked me how I did it, and that was just kind of like my journey. But I advise everybody to seek help. I was able to self do it by myself, but that was my journey. But when I did go, the few times when I did go to an AA, the craziest story I ever heard was that this guy, he went to jail. He woke up and he was like, he had this crazy hangover, and then as he was there, his mom came to visit and his mom was crying, and he goes, hey, like, when am I gonna get out? They're like, we don't know. So then he didn't care because he was so drunk or on drugs or whatever that he said that he was like hungover for like a couple like years or whatever, right? I'm sorry, a couple days. It took him like to start feeling better. So then same thing, his mom would come visit him. And then after about a week or so, he asked her, hey, Mom, where's my dad? Like, why is it that every time you come, you just come by yourself? I want to see my dad. And then she goes, well, it's because you killed him.
Ooh.
So that night, he killed his own father when he was on drugs and alcohol. And he didn't realize that, he had done that. And that's why, they didn't let him go. He thought that he was locked up for public intoxication. So he figured, oh, they're gonna let me go, but they didn't let him go. And then so that was his testimonial. And then I don't know how long he was locked up or whatever, but he kind of said it. And the story we didn't have a close ending to the story, because as soon as he said that, he started crying, and then the members kind of like hugged him, and then he just kept on going for for about a minute, and then it was clear that he wasn't going to be able to finish the story, so they ushered him out, and then he was gone. So
he was out of jail.
Yeah, I don't think it happened here though.
So he didn't get charged for murder.
I don't think it happened here. I think it happened in Mexico.
Ah.
So I don't know.
Rules are different out there.
I don't know. I didn't get the specifics on, because I kind of did, like, I don't know. I am curious when you hear a story like that. But then again, you want to be respectful. You don't want to like ask. You don't want to remind people of their trauma. So you're like, hey, tell me how it happened. So I was like, okay, so just stay quiet. And
well, I know a couple of people that were under the influence and they did stupid shit, and they're doing life in prison right now. You know what I mean? And luckily, man, you know, by the grace of God, that I can tell you that I done multiple shit when I was when I was using. You know what I mean? That I should have been shot, because from a homeowner, you know, because I was out in their backyards, fucking looking through the windows, looking for my fucking girlfriend, thinking she was cheating on me with fucking some dude, or running around butt naked and shit, thinking that fucking because I did something they were gonna identify my clothes that I was wearing. Like, I'm telling you, the madness is comedy behind the madness. You know, I can laugh about it now. But at that very moment when you're going through the fucking through that whole scenario, man, and you're running from the FBI, you're running from the CIA, you see midgets everywhere, like fuck, dude, that's real shit that you're looking at. You know what I mean? And so yeah, it's hilarious because we hear the stories, we hear the insanity, we hear the madness, and people still want to go back. It's like I don't understand it. You know. You have to really open your eyes. What happened for me was when I got clean, it was just like I just opened my eyes and I had that moment of clarity, and I seen what was around me. I seen where my life was at. Like I was like a tree. A tree just sits there in existence with nothing. You know what I mean? It just waits for the day to go by. There's nothing on the agenda, waiting for it to get watered in order for it to feed, you know? And so I didn't want to be like that, man. I wanted my life to change, and, you know, and I don't know, it just happened, and I'm fucking really grateful for that, man.
You know, I think we're one of the lucky ones because a lot of people don't either seek the help or don't know how to, you know, get themselves out of that situation, man. So
you know what, and I didn't know that. I went to a party when I was 12 years old and didn't come back till I was 41. And so, wow. Yeah, so there's that long, big gap of not living, but being a prisoner of your own, through a substance. You know, because once you get into that, you're a prisoner. Everything, it consumes everything. Your money, your life, your woman, your family, everything is fucking, nothing is more important but to get that one hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it progresses, and you graduate into something stronger and stronger every single time. Yeah.
But you know the funny thing that happens once you stop drinking and doing all that, you lose all your friends that encourage you to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but you know, if you really think about it, were they really your friends?
No, not at all.
Or were they just acquaintances that used you to get themselves high like you were?
Yeah, nobody likes to do stuff alone. You know, it's like that's why people are like, come drink with me. It's like
misery loves company. Yeah, of course, man. You know, and you know, and it's funny because I see a lot of comedians, man, when I go out when I do comedy shows and I do open mics and stuff like that. I see some comedians and they're fucking wasted, bro. Like I seen this way, his eyes are all, he looks like a fucking chino, you know, yeah, and he's just throwing shit out there, bro, that makes no sense, and he's laughing himself, and in his mind, it's funny as fuck. We're all looking at him like, this motherfucker talking about Target? Like, I went down the aisles of Target, and I got a fucking towel, and I tossed it up, and then, yeah, I was like, what? Okay. That's
he was like the Joker in that the new Joker movie.
I haven't seen it.
No, you haven't seen it? Oh man, you gotta watch it. So spoiler alert. So there's this scene where I forget the name. This Joker has a different name. I think it's Arthur something. I forget what's his last name. But he wanted to be a comedian. But he wasn't funny. So he went up there on an open mic and he did the same thing. He had his notepad or whatever, but yeah. It wasn't a notepad. It was like a Playboy or a Penthouse magazine.
Yeah.
And a picture of like naked, if I recall correctly, like kind of like popped up, and people laughed because they saw that the naked lady, and then so he he was laughing at his own jokes, thinking that he was funny, but he like mentally it was like his own skew on reality, and it's because he had mental issues and whatnot. So it's the same thing you're talking about. It's kind of like when you're behind a substance, your reality is skewed.
That's crazy. And so, how long did you live in East Los Angeles, man?
Pretty much all my life. I recently moved out to Long Beach, and I love Long Beach. And East LA is always gonna be home to me. I love East LA as well. So and I'm fortunate enough to be able to go back and forth.
So let me tell you guys something, man. If you guys are in the city of Long Beach, I am from. I moved out to Long Beach back in 1989, and they got some really great food places out here, man. So I was craving a hamburger one day, and I was in your area in downtown Long Beach, and I seen this place called Hamburger Mary's. So I went in there to get a hamburger, and I ended up coming out with a sausage.
Wait a minute. Is that a true story?
No.
Okay. I was like, because then I have a follow-up question to that.
Yeah, if you guys know what Hamburger Mary is, it's a place where trans hang out.
It's very
LGBTQ
friendly.
Yeah. So I was it was a joke that I did when I did a comedy up at Sevillo's. You know which Sevillo's Club?
No, you know what? It's like I'm really like when I say I do comedy, like I'm very green to comedy. So I haven't hit that many places up yet.
Okay. I did a show with Fernando Sanchez at Sevillo's, right there on Pine Street in Long Beach, and after the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's on the second floor. I think it's off of 4th and Pine Street, where I met you. It was right around the corner from there. Yeah. So. I went there and I remember walking with my wife and I was like, fuck, man, I'm hungry, man. And I was like, and then we were passing by and I seen Hamburger Mary's there, right? And I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I walked in there asking for a hamburger and I just came up with a chorizo? And she goes, "You're fucking stupid."
Hey man, it's a funny joke, but it's
a sensitive fucking thing. But I have a lot of gay friends, and they would fucking laughed at that joke. You know what I mean? Again, people, it's humor, it's comedy, it's not towards you. Don't personalize comedy when they're talking about a certain thing. I don't get mad when when a white guy goes up there and talks shit on Mexicans. Cool. You know what I'm saying? If he could spot it, motherfucker, that's fucking awesome, man. Because sometimes why is it okay that black people can talk about white people?
I think we have to definitely return to kind of like what comedy was. I think that like right now, everyone's just like, it's too crazy, man. And people are like, everybody's scared to say something and then get canceled or censored or blocked or Facebook jailed and all that. And it's like, oh my God.
You have, look at Dave Chappelle. I'm going to give you a good example. Dave Chappelle just finished this new Netflix where he talked about fucking trans. He did it all his career. And the LGBTQ was pissed off at him, man. And he what was that? I forgot the name of this Netflix special that he just finished doing. And he said on his Netflix special, "I'm going to stop talking about you guys." You know what I mean? And so they questioned other comedians about his last Netflix show, and they asked Damon Wayans, what did he think about Dave Chappelle's show? And Damon Wayans said he freed the slaves. And they asked him, well, what do you mean he freed the slaves? He goes, yeah, he freed the slaves, and the slaves are the comedians that talk about shit that people don't want to talk about, But I don't see a problem with it. I think it's just, people, again, if you're going to go to a comedy show, it's like when you go to a comedy show, if you sit in the front row, you're gonna get fucked with by a comedian. You know what I mean? So if you are and it's always that third wheel. They call it the third wheel. You know what I mean? Like me and you are chilling, and then we're gonna say, "Hey man, let's go to a comedy show," and then you have that fucking third person that he goes, "Oh, I want to go," but he doesn't know or she doesn't know about fucking comedy, and then they get there and they fucking me and you are busting up, and this motherfucker is sitting there fucking like,
I got offended.
how dare they talk about gay people? How dare they talk about fucking females' vaginas?
You're talking about beef and I'm vegan.
Yeah,
what?
yeah. How could they talk about eating a hamburger when I'm vegan?
Oh man, you know what? I just realized something. I effed up. I shouldn't have said that.
Oh fuck! I'll say it all day long.
Oh man, they're gonna come get me.
No, the funny thing about that is, like my girl, she works with vegans,
okay.
right? She's an in-house.
I love you vegans, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know about you fucking vegans, man.
Well, at some point, I want to convert a little bit. I'm sorry, but
I'll, you know what? As far as vegan it gets, man, I'll eat your fucking Impossible sandwich at Starbucks. That's about it. That's as far as I'm gonna eat some fucking plant.
you know why they call it impossible, right?
I don't know why.
Because it's impossible for you to finish it.
Yeah. It's actually very good.
Really? I haven't tried it.
No,
I
it's
haven't tried
actually,
it.
man, let me tell you, it's actually tasty, bro. Because I was going through some health issues as far as my fucking liver, and I said, well, I need to fucking stop eating pork, and I need to stop eating beef. And so I started eating, like, salads and shit. My girl said I should turn into a vegan like she is. But my girl's not a vegan. She's a fucking fake-ass vegan, I tell her. Because she eats vegan throughout the week, and when she comes home, I give her beef. so no, you are not a vegan, you know. And so I mean, there are some good things that they have, but I don't agree with all their food, you know. And you know, they might outlive me because they're eating healthy, but fuck that. I like fucking chicken. You know what I mean? And sometimes I'll eat pork. But, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, you know what? We'll get there. I mean, you know what? Well, everybody gets... there's different stages in life. But I wanted to go back to the comedy. So,
right,
the Dave Chappelle. I didn't see his special... Because, you see, I love Dave Chappelle. And, you know, he's very good at what he does. And when I watch Dave Chappelle, like a new Dave Chappelle special, I do it like I have to make sure that no one's gonna walk into the room, that I'm gonna be able to like completely watch it, and I haven't had time to do that. So, so what's the deal? Like he got into some problem because he said certain things.
Well, you know, the LGBTQ hates him because of all the gay jokes that he talks about and stuff like that, and so he just set the record straight, man. He just. No, he said in his special he helped out a trans come onto stage. Actually, he became real good friends with that person, but and it's sad. I don't want to blow it for you, so I'm not even gonna spoil alert for it. But you need to watch it. He hooked up with a gay comedian. And gave that person a chance to come up on stage because he was in San Francisco and he went to San Francisco and called this person and says, "Hey, I need an opening act." Like, who does that, bro? Like, fuck, it's like Fluffy telling me, "Hey, Tony, I'm coming to Long Beach and I need somebody to open my act for me." Fuck, that's a fucking blessing from the sky. I mean, from the skies. You know what I mean? Like, how often does that happen? And Dave Chappelle did that for that person.
Wow, that's crazy.
You know, but I'm not gonna, like I said, I don't want to tell you how it ends. But yeah, you gotta watch it, man, and it's really sad.
Oh man, I can't wait to go home and watch it, man.
Yeah,
man. This comedy thing it's not easy, man. Like I said, you know, I kind of like just starting off, kind of like I got some people that like they were, you know, like that one guy. He was a cool guy, but he felt I don't know what he felt, but everyone's so territorial to whatever market you're in. Like I do, comedy. I do my skits, my YouTube. Man, I don't understand why everyone's so competitive, and they say, oh, you're doing the exact same thing that I'm doing, so they look at you as a threat, and they're like, no, and it's nice when you meet somebody, and you just both are doing the same thing, and you're like, hey, you know what, let's do it together, let's collaborate, and I'm lucky enough that I've been doing my channel for 2 years, and the first year I encountered a lot of that, people being competitive and stuff like that, and then I was lucky enough to be able to concentrate my energy to positivity and meet people like me who weren't interested in the BS and just developing good content and work together. So with that being said, it's just right now I think it's the best time for me to kind of start doing the comedy, the podcast and everything, because I'm meeting so many different people out there, and I'm lucky enough to be invited to a couple of podcasts already, and you're one of them, and every time I get a message and I get like an invitation, I'm like, wow, it's awesome, that everyone is willing to stop like this BS and move forward and make great content, man.
Yeah, again, I a lot of people do comedy because they make money. I'm not doing it for the money, man. I'm having so much fun with this. It's like a playground when you go on stage, and the satisfaction is when you get laughs of the stupid shit that you're talking about. You know what I mean? And it's so satisfying that when you leave, you're just like, okay, I fucking did that. You know what I mean? And you leave with a good feeling, man. Even when you interact with other comedians as well, But again, I ran into some comedians that have given me a chance, man. That say, hey, man, you want to go up, and they're fucking awesome, And I will highlight those comedians all the time, What's his name? Fernando Sanchez, man. He gave me an opportunity, man. Fucking thank you, brother. What's his name? Also, this guy right there, Carlos Robledo. He's a really good comedian too, man. I run into him all the time. Charles Sanchez, man, hooks me up with all these comedians and stuff like that, and I'm starting to make a name for myself out there, because wherever I go, it's always it's like a same little herd, man. They meet everywhere, you know what I'm saying? And I'm starting to see their face. They're starting to see my face. They know what I'm about. They know the material that I use and stuff like that. And on Thursday, there's a place called Boomers on Del Amo Boulevard in the city of Lakewood. They have a panel, and you go up there and they fucking just ask you all kinds of fucking crazy questions, and you have to answer them.
This is like a set. That's the format.
That's the format for that. So you don't go up there doing material. You go up there and you be like, "What's up?" And they're all like,
"Get them."
Yeah, like tell us about the time when you were in high school, or what was the worst thing you did in high school? And I said, well, fuck, I stole the Dina Boy's fucking car, and I parked it on the fucking bridge and shit, and left his fucking car there. He goes, why would you do that? Because he was a fucking dick. That's why. And so they talk about all this craziness, man. Have you ever bought a sex toy? I was like, fuck, I had a pocket pussy when I was young. You know what I mean? It's like craziness, man, but it's all fun. Everybody that's there, and there's a lot of comedians that come out that do open mics, and so again, I'm just having a lot of fun with this, and I'm meeting very interesting people. I'm meeting people like yourself that are fucking cool as fuck, and I see the things that you're doing, and I'm not too familiar with all the texts and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And so I'm willing to learn. I'm learning slowly. I'm learning how to put my things. Okay, I'm gonna give you a good example. The type of person that I love fucking Halloween. I don't know if you saw on the way in. that's just not even half of my shit that's sitting in my front. I just cleared off my whole front yard.
I was walking in and I'm like, is this a house or is this like a Saw movie? You know, a jigsaw my butt or what? What's going on?
Everybody, but if you know me, like everybody knows that I go all out on Halloween, you know. And so we had an event last night at a place called Inner City Fellowship Hall, and I have all my decorations over there right now. And so I dressed up as I had a zombie. I made a zombie outfit. I shredded all kinds of clothes, put blood on it, fucking put on my fucking mask that was like all the way down to my stomach, so it's a whole body mask.
Wow.
And I put on a crazy ass wig. And I have one of those, those frutero cars, the ones that they sell frutas in the corners.
Mm-hmm.
I own one of those, but I filled it up with a bunch of body parts and heads and stuff like that. And I stood on the corner of Cherry Avenue and South Street like I was selling elotes and shit, but I was actually fucking with people as they waited on the red light, you know, and I had a friend videotape it, but because she doesn't know how to fucking videotape, she fucked the whole thing up. She caught the backside of me, and it wasn't something that, you know, I wanted people, the camera to catch the reaction on people's cars. So, she did me a favor. Thank you, Jessica. But I should have known better. I should have kind of prepped her like, hey, this is where I want you to stand, so you can kind of zoom in and zoom out and stuff like that. And but I had so much fun doing it. I scared the shit out of all kinds of people. Kids that were in their cars, their parents would lower the window on purpose, and I would walk up and they're all fucking screaming in the back seat. And
they probably thought you were all cracked out.
Oh man, I was getting videotaped by a lot of cars that they were waiting. All I saw was this coming from cars. Like this. Their fucking phones were up in the air like this, you know. So I got a bunch of thumbs up. You know, and that's the thing, man. When you do something for your community, man, that makes their day, like they're not expecting that shit, and all of a sudden it just comes out of nowhere, and they're all like, "Oh my God, look at that shit!" You know what I mean?
It's free entertainment, like for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. It's free entertainment. That's how it was, and I plan on doing that shit maybe next week, right before Halloween. You know, to have fun. That's it, man.
I think that's what it all comes down to. Because listen, man, when I come out to do these podcasts,
yeah,
I don't get paid.
Yeah,
you know?
I see when you go out there and to these restaurants and stuff.
Yeah, you know, and you know, when I do my stand up comedy, it's like I don't get paid. You know, and then so. A couple people, I think there's like a misconception of like, you know, people that do podcasts, YouTube, Instagram, or whatever. They automatically assume that you're somebody, you're famous, you have money, or something. Because I've had people that said, "Hey, I see you on stickers, you know, I hear about you, you know, you do tacos and workouts," and I go, "Yeah, I do," and they're like, "Oh, so what do you give out?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "Yeah." He's like, "What kind of merchandise do you give out? Like, do you give out hats? Do you give out shirts?" And then I'm like, "I give out stickers and business cards because that's the only thing I could afford, right? Because I don't make any money doing this, so it's like a passion project." And there's a lot of people pretending like they're making money doing this, and I'm asking myself, why are you doing that? Like, I see some people that have like 10,000 followers on Instagram, and they're raffling stuff out, giving stuff out, which is cool because it's their money. They could do whatever they want. But then they kind of portray like they're getting paid to like be doing this. And then I'm like, why are you doing that? I think I met a person who does podcasts, and he kind of portrays himself like he's making money doing this, and people automatically make the assumption. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can. I'm just not there, you know. So it's kind of like, you know, when I like it's how what you said, kind of like what we do is for entertainment, it's for fun, you know. So that's why I do it.
You know, the funny thing about YouTube is I watch my grandbaby. You know, there's this YouTube channel called Cookie Curl C. and
Okay.
and my grandbaby watches this girl play with dolls on YouTube, and she just plays what's those famous dolls that come from a company, Patel or something like that, or the Barbies and stuff like that. They give this girl Barbies and all the accessories and stuff, and she plays with them, and all these kids watch this shit, you know what I mean? And it's advertisement for the kids to buy these things, but she makes voices and stuff like that, and she'll be like, oh no. So I looked her up to see who she was, right? Who is this Cookie Curl C? And she's 23 years old, bro. Her network is worth 24.4 million, bro.
So you just see the hands. You don't see.
You don't see her face, nothing. All you see is the fucking the dolls and shit.
And you hear the voices.
And you hear the voices, and and of course she edits it and everything, but she's got like 1 point something million followers, bro. And she's on YouTube Kids channels and stuff. And I told my buddy, I go, hey, I haven't seen nobody do fucking Hot Wheels on YouTube, man. I'm gonna start fucking playing with fucking Hot Wheels and getting all these crazy little things from fucking yard sales and swap meets and pretend like I'm fucking building a town and see how many views I get for that shit, you know?
You know what? It's out there, man. There's one pretty much anything you want to find, you can find it on YouTube, man.
Yeah,
You'll find it.
Like, I mean, like I watched a kid watch another kid on YouTube play video games.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of shit is that? Like, what the fuck is wrong with our kids nowadays? Like, they want to watch another kid. That's how lazy kids are getting nowadays. They don't want to play video games. They want to watch another motherfucker play video games so they know what it's like. You know what I mean? Like, I know I wanted to play video games when I was a kid.
Yeah, you're right. It's what's his name? Oh man, he's super huge. I think his name is PewDiePie. That's what you're talking about. So he's I think the most famous YouTuber, or he makes the most money, and that's what he does. He plays video games. Yeah, his name is PewDiePie, and people watch him. And the same thing, he makes millions of dollars. He's got sponsorships and all this.
Yeah,
crazy
like
stuff.
what kind of shit is that?
So it kind of ties into kind of like what I was talking about. People make the assumption that we get paid and then something, and it's not like that. You know, it's I'm not making any money. I mean, I would love to make this a career, but I still have a regular job, and I go to work every day, and it's just for fun. I think that we hear the success stories, and people automatically assume that if you put one video on Instagram or YouTube or whatever, it's automatically gonna go viral. Everyone's gonna see it. I'm gonna become famous. It doesn't work that way. It's a lot of hard work, sacrifice, sweat, and tears. And if you're not willing to put in those hard hours, then and if that's what you seek to get to a level like that, then you're in it for the wrong thing. If you're doing it, as a hobby or something, or a passion project, or just because you enjoy doing it, then I think that it's in the right track, and then eventually you'll get to where you need to be to.
Yeah. So besides this, I started a new website and YouTube website, and it's called LB Watching. Right. So it's L as in long and B as in beach and watching. And what I do is I watch police. I do cop watching. I truly believe in like a lot of these cops out there, man, are violating people's rights, man, because people don't know their rights, man, and they don't like to be videotaped because they're fucking doing something wrong, And I've caught so many footages on my phone that some people they all know me. Like, if there's a chase, I'm on it. If there's something, I'm on it, and they all laugh at me, be like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, be careful,
Man, you got like some serious balls to be doing that, man. Because
a lot of my friends say, "Dude, you're poking the bear." I'm all like, "Dude, I'm not fucking afraid of the bear. That's the difference.
But I've seen a couple of videos like that online, but these dudes have it down packed. Like, they know articles a lot. They go Article 9.
They're talking about case laws, bro.
Yeah, and they know that. So
Yeah.
it's like, I noticed some homies to be like, they watch a couple videos and they're like, watch, let me do it to the cat. And they're like,
yeah, but
and then before you know it, they're arrested. I'm all like, you see, it's because you didn't know the case law.
Yeah, well, it's not really about the case law. It's just like you have to know that you have to be in public for one, because you cannot stop a photographer from videotaping in public. That is a violation of your civil rights, which is your First Amendment. You know what I mean? Freedom of speech, freedom of press. And there is a law, a California law, 148.G, that tells you that you are allowed to videotape, and a cop cannot stop a public photographer from doing what he does, and that's his right, to videotape police in their capacity under the color of law. You know, so if he comes up and he tells you, hey man, you need to stop recording me, and you're recording him, and he stops you, that's a violation of the Bain Act. You know what I mean? So if you watch these YouTubers, man, they're First Amendment auditors, and I've been watching them for about 2 years, and yeah, I know my shit. You know what I mean? But if you're new and you want to go out there, you got to know your boundaries, man. Because some of these guys are fucking ruthless. They'll say like some crazy shit, like "fuck you, you fucking pussy." You know what I mean? Like,
you mean the people that are recording? Or
yes, the guys, man. There's this guy in Hawthorne over there in Inglewood. What's his name? God, he's the first one that I started watching, and I was just like, wow, this guy's fucking like really ballsy, you know. And yeah, I've seen him get arrested. I've seen a lot of YouTubers get arrested, but then they have a lawsuit. You know what I mean? Against the cops and shit like that.
So at that point, it's kind of like it almost seems like they're egging on the police officers to.
See, there's some YouTubers that do that. That's First Amendment auditors that do that. But then there's some that just want to make the message, like, you know, they're out there for transparency between the public and the cops, because there's a big gap that cops think that all citizens are criminals, man, when we're not. You know what I'm saying? And they're out there doing some crazy shit that we're holding them accountable because they have that one thing, which is qualified immunity, and they think they can get away with shit because it's not coming out of them. It's coming out of the taxpayers' money when they get sued. You know?
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, that qualified immunity, man, is what makes cops act the way they act. And they never want to be wrong. Their egos are so huge, bro, that if they make a mistake, they'll try to find something on you so they can say, okay, well, this is the reason why I did it. You know, and that's not what a good cop does. I'm not saying that all cops are bad. I'm just saying that we have very few cops that are good cops. And because if this bad cop is your superior, you're going to do what this person is doing because you want to kiss his ass. And that's what a lot of them do, man. I know a couple of fucking cops that are... Some people that I grew up with that turned into cops and shit. My nephew is going to be a fucking cop. And I told him, don't ever be like that, man. You know, do the right thing. And you know, but anyways, enough of you fucking pigs. I will be fucking videotaping you fuckers. Watch. My girl's going to get a call. Hey, I need you to come bail me out, babe. I fucking told you, pendejo. But
man, you're gonna go from Facebook jail to regular jail.
Yeah, man. I've been there, done that, man. I'm not gonna lie. You know, that's why it's funny. But hey, man. So before we cut out, man, I want to say thank you to everybody that's watching, man. If you guys didn't get it, if you guys didn't watch us live, man, you can always go back. Subscribe to my boy's YouTube channel, Tacos and Workouts, man. You know, he's got some interesting and some funny fucking clips. And you want to say anything to my fans out there, man, that are watching?
Yeah, man. So I want to thank Tony for inviting us out. You know, I'm a small channel. I'm still kind of new. I'm growing. You know, I'm just trying to entertain people. But the main reason why I started the channel was to... you know, for health reasons. I had a couple of health reasons, a couple of health concerns. I didn't have anybody to help me out, and I needed someone to coach me, and I figured out quickly that one person was going to be me. I needed to coach myself to get to where I needed to be, and then I realized that there's many other people that are in the same situation that I was in, so they needed a coach as well. So I decided to be that coach to help people on their journey. We started the Tacos and Workouts channel, and for fitness, and then we incorporated the tacos, and then we incorporated the comedy and the podcast. So we have a lot of things on the channel for everybody, and I want to thank all my subscribers. I want to thank everybody that's watching now for giving us the opportunity to bring you a little distraction to your day. Hopefully this kind of made you laugh a little bit. And guys, you could find me pretty much anywhere. I'm on Spotify, Spotify, What It Is podcast. I'm on YouTube, Tacos and Workouts, Instagram, Tacos and Workouts, Twitter, Tacos and Workouts. So come holler at your boy. I'm here for you.
All right, guys. So with that said, man, me and JR are gonna go to Michoacan's Tacos one of these days and eat them fucking tacos. If you guys haven't been to Michoacan's Tacos, they're located on Broadway and 19th Street in the city of Lincoln Heights, man. Those are some really fucking tasty tacos. And if you're in for some really good burgers, man, you gotta go to Dino's Burgers on Main Street in Griffin, man. Now that shit right there, bro. I will travel 15 miles just for a hamburger there, bro.
Hey, let's go try it.
Yeah, we have to, definitely. All right, guys, I love you guys, man. God bless you, and we'll see you guys next week. All right, peace.